Hey there everybody, welcome back to your first look for the DLC in Magic 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers. We just unlocked Sword of the Samurai and we're going to be using this fresh deck against Lords of Darkness. Kind of nervous about this because Swords of the Samurai didn't show me too much in that first encounter we had with it when we were running our burn deck. But to be fair, this deck doesn't really have an opportunity to interact with that one in the kind of ways that you want it to, because this is kind of a creature attack deck. That being said, I'm not really impressed with this deck because it pretty much solely focuses on the fact that your opponent has to be bad enough to like block you and stuff, and I don't know, like you can just let a lot of these little, especially against a black opponent where he can have stuff that gains life. And he can have a lot of stuff that just gives all my creatures neg1, neg1. Like, I'm less confident in this deck than I would be in, say, your standard... Oh, goodness, what do I want to do next turn? Say I would be your standard Exalted deck. I just feel like these guys are going to be kind of weenies, at least at this point. I have no idea what the fully unlocked deck is going to be like. But just looking at it right now, I don't think I'm super behind where this deck's head is at. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do with it. I mean, like I said, it's not really a fair thing because this is about as close to an old first look that I can get. Because I really am just taking a look at these for the very first time, and it didn't get the same kind of opportunity that the other decks did to go through. Damn, that thing makes me lose 3 life? To go through and unlock cards, because the earlier decks had at least 3 unlockable cards on them. But see, this guy's just taking 2 damage, and he's coming in for way more than that. So, it's like, what's the point right now? Damn. There are buff cards in here, which are helpful, but right now I just feel really nervous. He's at 4 mana, which puts him on a lot of the stuff that just wipes my field completely. Another one of those. That's not great. It's not too good for me. Let's go ahead and do it this way. Just play this guy. I don't like having 2 of those in my hand, but it is possible that he'll decide to block. And if he's got tricks to kill stuff. I imagine now he's just going to kill this 2/3 first. Because that's the only thing that'll really have to block in the long run. 4 damage is going to start getting him down where I need him to be. 13's okay. I'm not dead yet. He can give this... Right now, he can do 8 damage to me because he can give this guy Death Touch, and then I wouldn't block that. He will lose 3 life from this dude, though. It's a very... so far this looks very demonish. Why are you doing that all main phase? You're so bad, computer. You are the worst. Could have murder, which isn't great for me. Take it. So I can do 6 damage. Another one of those. It can't use its ability though, so that's something to look forward to. Go ahead and get my mountain out of the deck and onto the field. I want to attack with these fine gentlemen here. I will leave my first striker back because he does become a 3/3 and he can handle these guys a little bit better. Maybe I should have left him back before, but I wanted to apply a lot of early pressure to force him to start blocking because I think that's kind of going to be how I have to win this. It's a demon deck. Desecration Demon or something. Like, I don't know if he's got double Ds or not. I am scared. Oh, just Blood Gift. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I love to see. God. Oh, no. This is terrible for me. Didn't attack, though. So that's okay. Well, that's pretty damn good, too. Why to confirm? This might end up being just an all-out attack right now. Yeah, might as well. Because at least I have Call to Glory. If he doesn't block, I just win. But there will be some blocks here. That is I'm pretty sure of that fact. Okay, so, well, let's wait for all these Bushido triggers to go off so we can have like a graphical representation of what's going to be happening here. Let's wait for that. That happens. So there's a lot going on. I am going to go ahead and use this because I get to wipe his field up. The 4/4 is amazing because the first strike's going to go ahead and kill those. And it kind of sucks that nothing he has is first strike because that guy's going to die. No, I don't think it really matters. But I did take him down to 1, so I don't know. We might have got there. He could still have board sweepers, though. What does that do? Oh, dear. I'm at 3, but he's only got 1 left, so he's done. Okay, so we got there. It had the juice. Oh, yeah. Play one of my favorite cards all time. Bzzz. What's up, life gain? Well, there you go. I'm a Demon Slayer. I'm surprised, man. I was not seeing too much from this Bushido pile, but it looks if you press your early advantage. Oh, man, just so much stuff's going off right now. Let's take a look at it real quick, and we'll talk about the core set. You know, you need to talk about these things, you know, because the pre-release is coming up, basically. You know, we got that Demon's Blood. You're enough, you're ready to cast a spell, slow your aging to a crawl. Awesome. That seems kind of vain. I don't know. Whatever. Wasn't paying attention to the story, so that's something. What's this thing do? Where X is number of attacking creatures. Creatures your opponent control attack each turn if able. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know if we can use that yet, but it might be in the final build. Deck unlocking builds are a lot different than any other builds in the format. That's for sure. Any other builds that you'll use against any other people, that's for sure. But anyway, you guys, to be honest with you, let's jump back in and actually take a look at it while I talk about it. At first, I wasn't super excited to see this thing. I figured it had to be pretty low. I don't really like things like this. I think that this is pretty much useless in this deck because everybody that's unblocked is so small. But, I mean, it might change my mind. I mean, there might be stuff that changes my mind because, obviously, we'll be unlocking cards, and that's where these decks really start to shine, is once we have all the cards unlocked. But as far as the first look goes, I think this is a cool, because Samurais was always a really cool thing, and Kamigawa, like I said before, one of my favorite time periods in the Magic universe. So I am a big fan of all that. I'm just not a super big fan of this deck yet. So far I'd have to say that this is pretty low on the totem pole as far as where my ranking would go. Might actually be at the bottom. I mean, I'm not super in love with Hall of Champions, but that was a little bit more fun to play than this Sword of the Samurai. But next time we will be taking a look at the mighty Fighting Elves and seeing how all that powerful card synergy goes on. If you want to check that out, be sure to subscribe to the channel because all sorts of awesome Magic the Gathering content is over there, as well as some fun Let's Plays and some other stuff as well that you'll really enjoy, I think. But even if you don't do any of that, I want to thank you for checking out this particular video. Not super excited about that particular deck, but the DLC as a whole is really shining in my opinion. So thanks again, and I will see you guys all next time.